Hello and welcome to this new episode of our Dev Update. This time I am all alone in our nice little studio here in the middle of the Mediterranean somewhere because Max is away in Munich, and I just thought I will let you know about my own project which I'm working on right now, which is called, it's written here, it's the XRAI Studio. And this will be something very interesting because, as you can see right now, we are recording this from Horizon Workrooms, which is a great tool to collaborate for sure, but it's not the perfect tool to do content creation and video creation, because it lacks a lot of features. Especially we only have one camera, which is somewhere like here, and this one camera is only possible because I joined with a second user, which is our camera user C here, which kind of joined us from a PC, so we can do the recording there. And this is not perfect. So I want to have something more sophisticated, and I think many content creators out there who want to do things like we do with live sessions and guests in the studio and maybe a live audience in the future also need something a little bit more sophisticated. I'm pretty sure there are projects out there in development. I didn't find anything suitable at the moment, so I just thought to get my hands dirty a bit. I create my own studio projects. Will be open source, and yeah, hopefully some people might find this interesting enough to join in the future. So for now, let's have a look at my little one sentence pitch for this upcoming app. The XRAI Studio is an app which lets content creators host conferences and talks in VR, where visitors can join live or see a later replay in VR. This is something cool. I will talk about it in a second, and which allows 2D recording and live streaming using a professional camera and lighting set. So the bullets here in here is, so we want to host conferences and talks and like talk show formats and talk with people, especially from the independent development scene and things like this, in virtual reality. So like we're doing right now, we want to have visitors in the studio. So we want to have studio settings with an audience, and this also must be scalable. So we're thinking about something like sharding, where only some people are really live with us in the studio, whereas all the other people are seeing kind of a clone from us, because obviously the hardware capacity is not sufficient at the moment for hundreds of spectators at the same time. And the most interesting features, I think, will be in this app is the possibility to record the whole session, but not as a video stream or video recording. But what I plan to do is we want to kind of record all the transforms, all the hand movements, the head movements of the avatars, and the different audio streams, so the spatial audio from all these audio sources, so that later we can replay the whole experience in virtual reality, so that you can, using this app, you can watch a complete recording in virtual reality of this whole event or conference, and not only from a video stream. And this also might be very interesting if you do not live stream on 2D platforms, or live streaming to YouTube or something, but we want to do a recording. Then we can basically do our recording from the recorded replays, so that we can have a fine-tuned camera angles, lighting, and all things like this. And yes, this is the next big part. Obviously, we do not want to have this one fixed camera which is located here, and these wobbly recordings coming from the headsets. But we want to have different cameras located throughout the studio, where the camera either automatically switches to the person who is speaking at the moment, or we have a desk in front of us where we can do the camera switching, or we even have a recording operator, someone who's doing the live recording, who can then fine-tune camera angles, lighting, and things like this. Also screen sharing in a better quality as we have right here. Yes, so this is basically what I will start working on, or I started working on yesterday, and hopefully we will have some development updates coming within the next weeks. I totally plan to have this live in the first beta version this year. So at the moment, today is, let's think it's the 15th of October in 2022. So hopefully we will have something live by Christmas, and hopefully much earlier we will do the first recordings of our in our demo settings here from this new studio software. Then let me see here. I have a second slide prepared, which should be this one. Open. And it's working. What's that? Where's the second thing coming from? Please delete this. Now this looks better. So this is just a little milestone planning. So what I started to do is we want to have a milestone 1, the single player studio, where the scenery consists just of a plane, a table and 2 chairs. So this is kind of my roadmap until Christmas approximately. Um, the player can run game using meta avatars, so we want to use these avatars here, maybe with the ability to switch in different avatars at a later stage. People can teleport between chairs like we're doing here, so we also want to be able to pull people from the audience onto the podium to have some discussions or something like this. So we need a little teleportation feature. Then with a second milestone, we will introduce multiplayer. So this is also not that complicated. So we want to have multiple people, obviously, to join in this room. And we want to activate the voice chat with a hopefully low bandwidth and low latency so that we have good talks. I need to investigate the possibilities here. And the third milestone is then the actually first recording. So the first thing I want to do is I want to be able to join this room then from a PC with a different view. So I plan to have, first of all, in the first phase, I want to have 3 camera positions where I can switch with a button from camera 1, 2, and 3, and have a maybe automatic switching depending on who is talking, if this is not too complicated to find out from the audio streams. And then the last milestone, the fourth milestone will be the audience. So now we have multiplayer, we have our cameras, we can do our 2D recording. Afterwards, I want to be able to let people in, join us in live sessions. So we will have some seatings here, and we will make try to get this sharding working. If it's complicated for the first phase, then obviously we will just limit the number of people who can join at the first stage, but sharding will be a big part. So people can join during the live show, spectators can see the participants, so they can see the people here on stage, but not vice versa. So because sharding is not implemented in the first phase, we will not be able to directly communicate. So because there are all kind of issues which come to mind, which might be difficult if you have audiences really interacting on live with us here. And then the milestone 5, for me, one of the most interesting features will be the replay feature. So we have everything running. And what we need to do is we need to kind of define and implement a codec which captures every relevant parts of movement and of the avatars in a certain format, and is able to replay this afterwards, so that then we have these avatars here just replaying every gesture and also replaying the audio at the same time, so that then audiences can join at a later point and kind of have the feeling of watching a live show here. Yes, so all movements and the voice chat is recorded. And yeah, this is basically it. That would be my goal for Christmas. This is only a part-time thing, so I can only work a couple of hours a week on this project. But hopefully we will have a few people who will join in this, so from our own circles, and yeah, hopefully um, during the next 2 or 3 weeks we will really launch this channel where you probably are watching this at the moment, and this maybe we find with this channel we find other people who are interested in getting something like this, or a recording studio to create professional 2D and 3D recordings, and yeah, then we will see if this takes off. And this was it. This was our little dev update. Me alone at home in my Mediterranean studio. Next time, I hope Max will join us again, and yeah, then we will hear the updates about towns where we are. I'm quite excited. I heard he has some new features in there, and yeah, I'm excited to hear what he can show us. Probably the day after tomorrow. So see you soon and bye bye.